Hi, I'm Cozy Granny and welcome to the channel. Today's video, I don't actually expect anybody to watch. This is a game I've been trying to make a video on since the game came out, which is what, 2 or 3 months ago now. Every time I tried to make a video on this, something went wrong. My computer broke down, my microphone broke, my settings just kept changing at random. It was a mess. So this is purely for me, for my own satisfaction, that I've finished the thing and got it up. It's basically my white whale. So feel free to skip this one. If you do want to listen, it's basically just some tips and tricks that I picked up while I was playing Fae Farm. Mostly it's about the seals that you need for the teleportation pedestals, the towns, and each of the 3 dungeons. So I'll get on with it, shall I? The first thing I wanted to talk about was naming. Now, you know, like most games, you go and you create your character and you name it. That doesn't happen in Fae Farm. It will use your Phoenix Labs account as a default name. If you don't have a Phoenix Labs account, it will use your Steam account name. So if you start a game of Fae Farm and you've got your Steam account linked to it, but you don't feel that name fits, then you can make a Phoenix Labs account afterwards and pick a username that you like more. So if your Steam name is, I don't know, Elite Sniper 85, and you don't really feel that's suitable for playing a cozy Fae farming game, you can pick something you think a bit more suitable for your Phoenix Labs username. But if you've already got your game started with your Elite Sniper name and then you create a Phoenix Labs account, it will change it to whatever name you've picked on your Phoenix Labs. So your Elite Sniper will become Cozy Farmer 85 or whatever you pick, and that will affect any save files. That will be your username. But you do get to change, well, you do get to name your world. So it's easy enough to figure out which one's which in the save file menu. The next thing I wanted to talk about was the second reason I made this video, really. It was something I did that I felt so stupid about, and I just wanted to save one person from feeling as daft as I felt. Now, admittedly, I doubt there's anybody else out there who would have fallen for something so stupid, but just in case, I wanted to let people know. When you start getting animals, there are some that you can brush. Now, I can't remember the name in game, but it's basically the rabbits, the sheep, and the cows in your sort of starter area. And I couldn't figure out how to brush them. I looked in my inventory, I looked in my storage, I couldn't find a brush anywhere. I was going out of my mind. I spoke to anybody who was even just the slightest bit connected to farming or ranching or anything, or the shopkeepers, nothing, no brush. And then, yeah, I figured it out. All you got to do is stand near the animal and a button prompt will come up. There is no physical item. You don't have an actual brush. You just have to stand next to them and press, in my case, F, and it'll automatically do it. And that works the same with the shearing and the milking. So yeah, don't stress out thinking, oh god, my animals aren't going to love me if I don't brush them. You'll be fine. You can brush them automatically and you don't have to worry about it. Now, the next thing I wanted to talk about was inventory. If you're anything like me, you're a hoarder and your inventory space is going to run out very quickly, very often. For this, as long as you've got the florin, you can run down into the town and there you will see Sky, who sells handy items in her general goods store. And you can pick up 3 upgrades from her. Each one gives you another row of inventory to fill up. The first one is 500 florins. Then the next one up is 2,500 florins. And then with just a teeny tiny leap in price, the third and final one is 8,000 florins. So yeah, you might have to put a bit of work in to be able to get that one, but definitely recommend it. Right, so before I get into my rant about how pause isn't a real pause, I just want to mention a couple of other little things about the mine, which I find quite useful. Now, one of them isn't a big game-breaking secret or anything spectacular, but I found it quite interesting. First off, I'm going to get all the gems that are on this floor ready for the next thing I want to talk about. So as you can see, I've killed everything and now I'm gathering up all the gems. But the first thing I want to talk about is up these stairs, and instead of going up towards the door, we are going to go over to where the water is and do a little jump, and there's a whole little secret area down here. Again, it's not filled with special secrets or even gems on this floor, but it's a little bit extra of ores, possibly gems. There's pretty much always a mob down here that you get to kill, so it's always worth checking out, and it's just a nice little Easter egg, I thought. But yeah, we're not going to go out onto floor 10, this is floor 9. I am gathering up all the gems and some of the ores. As I've already said, the enemies are gone, already taken them out. I'm sure you've got a gem polisher at this point, and saltwater mines are probably completely easy for you now, so you can go through saltwater mines and get all the gems with plenty of time left in the day, and then you go back home, you put them in the gem polisher and go off and do whatever else it is you want for the rest of the day, or go to sleep and they'll be pretty much done by the morning. So it's a nice almost passive income at this point. But like I said, you can go through it so quickly. If you come out and go back in, you will go straight back to how it was. Everything will still be gone. You won't have new stuff to mine. Like I said, we're on floor 9. Yep. Let's go back there again. No enemies, same floor layout, all the gems are gone. I'm falling down a hill. But if you go outside and save it, and then come back, well, save it, go to the menu, and then come back into the game. So save, quit to title, then come back into your game. Don't even have to exit the whole game, just go back to the title. Eventually you'll get back in. Apparently. Maybe. Allegedly. Come on. Right, back in we go. Back to level 9. And there are enemies and gems again. So yeah, you can go through as much as you like till you run out of time, and gather up another load of gems and make yourself a fortune. You're going to need it at 8 grand for the last bag. Right, my rant time now. Pause is not a real pause. Your timer might not tick down, but if you have a potion on, like some of the other mines, other dungeons, you might need a potion to help you stay alive in it. A breath potion or a heat potion, they will tick down. If you've got a potion that makes you invisible, it will tick down on you. If you have a buff food, it will keep going down. You can't pause that. So if you're in, say, Scorched Caverns and you've got your heat protection potion on, it will keep ticking down. So if you've had to go and do something else and that's ticked down, you are going to find yourself dead, because once that ticks down, the heat is going to build up as well, and that time is going to go up, and you're going to come back to yourself out of the caverns. But as you can see, I'm paused, it's ticking down, and also there are a few wandering mobs in some of the dungeons, like these ones, and if you're paused, they can still kill you. They can still attack you. I'm going to put myself in the path of one, hopefully, and show you what I mean. Paused. It hasn't attacked me yet, so in theory it shouldn't be going for me. But if I wait here long enough and its path happens to cross mine, it will hit me until I'm knocked out. And I know it's only a silly little thing, and the rest of the time the pause works brilliantly, but it just irritated me. Of course, none of them are going to do it now. Every other time that I've tried to film this, them attacking me has worked perfectly. So, after sitting there in the path of them for over 20 minutes and not getting hit once, I decided to call it there and trim the video down. The second that I shut off recording, one of them hit me. But I'm not going back in and making you sit through all that, so they did hit me. It still does hurt you if you pause. But now on to the main reason for the video, which is the seals for the teleportation. I'm not going to talk through this bit. You've had enough of me waffling on about rubbish. Basically, it's still images. I'm going to try and put timestamps in the description. I don't really know how to do that yet, so this is going to be a fun little learning experience, but hopefully you'll be able to go straight to the mine or the town, wherever you want to learn about the teleportation seals. And I'm gonna say goodbye then, and hope this helped a little bit. Look after yourselves, thanks for watching, and stay cozy. Bye for now.